All right, so this tip is great if you've been ghosted by somebody, if you want to get somebody's attention, or if you're just genuinely following up with somebody. All right, are you ready? Okay, this is a fun little trick that you can play, and it's a trick on your end as a salesperson, as the marketer, but it's not something that the other person is necessarily going to catch on with or worry about or think about. Okay, are you ready for this? The trick is mirroring, doing the exact same thing you would do in an email as you would in a card. And the perfect example is a story that I had. I had met this young man at a networking event, and he was hitting it hard. He was just passing out those business cards, right? Just definitely, I don't want to say like full of himself, but very confident in he knew he needed to get as many of those cards out as possible because he was new to the game. And he walked up to you, he shook your hand, he made it right, okay? But then he moved on. He didn't get to my heart. And I thought, I'm gonna get to his heart. So this is definitely something that I did to share and show, send out cards to him because I saw that connection for him. But even if I wanted to sell him something, this would be great. Some a different type of service, a product, or whatever, right? Because he didn't take the time to get to know me. So I'm gonna kind of bring that up to him in a soft way. So I'm gonna share my screen with you and show you the card that I sent him, and we ended up having a great conversation and really bantering back and forth on the marketing side of things. But this card is the exact same card that I sent to him in an email, and he called me a week later. He didn't respond to my email, but I sent both of them on the same day, and a week later he he responded to the email because he got the card. Kind of cool, huh? All right, so this is the card that I sent him. The inside of the card is exactly what I said in the email, but it took him over a week to respond. Evan, it was nice to meet you at the Business to Business Expo. You are a very fearless marketer, and sorry, but what are you doing to remain human and personal with your clientele? If you had 20 minutes in your schedule this week, I would love to show you how to put the icing on the cake of your networking efforts. I sent him those exact words, copy and paste, in an email with no response. 5 days later, this came in the mail for him, and I actually do believe he texted me. Being younger, being who he is, text was more comfortable than a phone call. And he vaguely remembered seeing an email from me but had not responded. So he picked up the phone and texted me. We did end up spending 20 minutes together. He did end up sending some cards out and changing his business. So that is the perfect example of copying and pasting an email and a card. Another, I have plenty of others that I'm going to tell you about, but really, in copying and pasting, it's always about setting your calendar 1 week later because you've sent an email. I'm going to stop sharing here. All right, so you've sent an email on day one and you send the card on day one. Okay, those two go out on Tuesday, and the following Tuesday, you have it on your calendar to pick up the phone and call, to put the icing on the cake, to layer it in. If he had not called or texted me, I would have called or texted him. Okay? Having that follow up series changes the dynamic. When they answer the phone, when you call them to follow up on the card and email, they say, I have your card on my desk. They don't say, oh, you sent me an email, blah, 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 blah. Email was so last week. So follow that series and see what kind of magic you can come up with for yourself. Talk soon.